There we are. Greetings, everybody. This is the National Real Estate Conversation. Chris Hurley here. Honored to be your host and honored to be the starting point for your day. It's a mission that we've had for many years today to be a good, reliable group that you can come to and get some interaction with and get you going in your day. And sometimes you might hear things on the pre-show that are just curious and interesting, and sometimes it can be revealing. And we honor that. We honor the relationships that we all share here and the duration of this. I was going back and looking at some things that go back several years, and there's some very familiar faces, and faces that I see on here that have been here since the beginning. And it's an honor. It's an honor. It's been a fun journey, getting to know everybody, meeting some people in person, and even not. I mean, I have some really good relationships here with people I've never met. I've got relationships with people that started 7 years ago, Terrence Boykin, who've now come to the show. Terrence and I have known each other for a long time, though we've been, it's just one of those things. I'm honored to have had this opportunity, guys. So thank you for being here and showing up to start your day. Our mission is to give you some content to spark some energy into thinking about some role play things that you're going to experience. So when you come to this, I'll give you a little script in the beginning, and people can use that in your little script book or whatnot. And then you get a chance to go to a breakout room and work it on with somebody else and see what those challenges could be. It doesn't have to be my script. It can be yours. It can be what you're working on. Um, it just depends on what you want to do for the day. So this is your opportunity, and I encourage you to make the most of it if you can, to take some opportunity to build relationships as I have, and make a difference in your real estate opportunity. That being said, we're honored here to have some really good scripts that came through the pipeline over the years, and one of the ones that we're reintroducing here, we've done this before, is the new agent script. So if you can hold off posting anything in the chat, I'll have everything posted there so you can have the full script. It's a two-piece script. So you've got both of the scripts there, and I want you to imagine if you were a new agent and you had to go through that database. If you're joining a team, one of these national super teams, they'll tell you, hey, 200 people in your database, and you got to go through and call them all. Well, what do you say? It doesn't sound good to say, how are you, and stop. Right? You got to have a plan of introducing information, asking for their endorsement, maybe even generating a lead, and then you can bring that back to you. So this is the new agent script. I'm going to role model it. I'm going to role model it for you so that you know what it sounds like. And then if you'd like to role model it live in front of the group, please raise your digital hand. And then if not, we can go to breakout rooms and you practice this or practice whatever you want. Who would like to be my recipient to this call?
I will.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, it's Chris Hurley.
Hi, Chris.
How are you doing today?
I am okay.
Hey, I was calling you with some exciting news. Guess what?
You have exciting news?
I do. I have now received a real estate license, and I've partnered with your favorite company, Blankety Blank Real Estate. And I was calling today because I have a tiny little favor to ask, and I was wondering if I could ask for your help.
Oh, wow. You became an agent?
I did. I did. And, here's my tiny little favor. Do you know of anybody who's looking to sell a home, buy a home, or make a real estate investment?
Uh, no, the market, all I hear people complaining about is what's going on. Not at the moment, though.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you thinking about that. Let me ask you, when you meet somebody in the near future, and I know you will because we had this conversation, would you please refer them to me so I can answer any of their questions or concerns about the market?
Honestly, anything for you, Chris. I would do that in a heartbeat.
Thank you. I knew I could count on you. And Ruth, I like to keep my friends and family up to date with what's going on in the real estate market. And what that simply means is sending them some interesting information every month and then calling them like we're doing today, a couple, 3 times a year just to check in and catch up. Would it be okay to include you in that special group?
Oh, yes. Didn't I just tell you I'll do anything for you, Chris? You certainly can.
Awesome. All I'll need is your email and mailing address. Can we update what I have currently? I've got this phone number. Is this the best way to reach you?
The phone number, yes. The email, yes. And you do know where I live.
Yes, 123 Main Street still, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, I don't want to take up more of your time today. I just wanted to let you know my exciting news and ask for your help, and I'm so happy I can count on you. Thank you so much for taking my call today. It really means a lot to me.
All right.
Awesome. Have an amazing day, and don't hesitate to reach out to me with any of your questions about real estate or your friends and family's questions about real estate.
Wonderful. I'll do that, Chris. And you say hi to your family.
I certainly will. Take care, Ruth.
All right. Made it that easy.
Girl, you got me off. I was like, man, Ruth is going cold on me. What is that? That was beautiful, Ruth. Very good. Ruth knew she could challenge me with that low energy approach. I like that. That was good.
Okay.
Threw me off. But if you know Ruth, Miss Sunshine is never that way. She was working hard to make me spumble, but that was awesome. I love that. You're going to
Okay.
reach sometimes some energy differences in people. I mean, if you were on the pre-show, there's some life experiences that sometimes get in the way and cause the momentum to feel different. And if you are in those circumstances, it would be okay to pause from a script and just say, "Hey, are you okay? What can I do for you today?" But other times you just need to move through the routine. Even with Ruth's energy in the beginning, I don't know if you sense that. It was sometimes you have to persevere to finish the conversation. When
And
you're
that was
calling,
on purpose.
I know it was. You're not a top 20 percenter for nothing. You know how to do this. So you have a vision of doing this conversation, introducing the new concept that you're in real estate, inviting people to send you business, using tactics like just because we had this conversation, you'll probably run into two or three people that I can help. So that's the genesis of this call is that because you remind people we're in real estate, they'll then remember that as they go through their day. And when somebody's at the water cooler talking about making a move in the summertime, they'll say, that's right. I got to give Ruth a call. Does anybody want to role model this script before we go to breakout rooms? All right, my friends, I'm going to open up some breakout rooms. You'll be able to jump into one, two, or one, two, three, four, five of them. Jump into one that has two or three people, and you'll have a chance to practice. We'll do a little round robin of that or whatever you want. Come back on the other side with golden bumper sticker nuggets. Double thumbs up, my friends. See you on the other side. All right, here in the main room. If you have anything you want to throw in the hat, feel free.
Hey, Chris. I got a technical question to ask.
Yes, Miss Mortar.
All of a sudden, this AI companion message popped up on my screen. I want to make sure that I didn't activate it. I don't
I
know.
got that too.
Yeah, I got that three. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of tools they introduce to us that automate themselves. And yeah, it's in the chat, it's on the screen. I don't know.
Okay.
So
All right. Thanks.
Denise Stokes has her hand up. Hey, Denise.
Good morning, everybody. Guys, I put some first-time home buyers into a house at the end of December, and the very next week, the first week of January, they were leaving for like a 3-week trip to South Africa and Belgium and a couple other places. And I haven't gotten a chance to get a referral from them. I mean, a referral in two ways. One, is the referral about working with me. And number two, just asking for additional business if you know anybody that wants to buy or sell. So do I ask them for both in like one sitting, or do I ask them for one and then come back and ask for the other?
So a question for you. Have you created a Google review account for your business?
And you know what? I'm needing some help with that because I had one, but it's
Mhm.
for the old brokerage that I was at, and I've moved to a new brokerage, and I don't know how to change that.
So I might start a change. Did you personally create it or did the brokerage create it for you?
I personally created it.
So you still have access. Could you just change the names and information piece on the Google site?
And I've been trying to do it, and it's been probably since last year that I looked at it. So I need to go back, but I didn't see how I could change out my old brokerage information for some reason.
I would dig deep on that and see if you can. If not, if it's got like a legacy feature to it because it's got history, I would not change it. And I would just maybe update further down the content that you're brokering now with blank. But the duration of these things published online has value. And then the second piece is I would Philanda Shea put some stuff in. Oh, there she look at Philanda Shea. Thank you very much. The value of the Google is that's where people are searching. So the people that have 5,000 Zillow reviews, maybe, but it also is Google is the result of using search engine stuff. So I would look at that link and ask them to post a review for you. I'm fixing to do that for my closing in February. And just say, hey, it would mean a lot to my clients if you post a review. Send two links, one to each person, because you can do two reviews.
Right.
And you want to get to a level like at least 5 to 7 reviews so you have some validity in there. And it's okay if it's not always transactionally tied. It can be just somebody who's worked with you in the past who says, I didn't buy or sell a house with them, but I've known Denise for a long time. She's a very,
Hmm.
trustworthy and successful person who can take great care of people. Like that's okay as well in the Google review site. So that link, you send them that link and say, hey, can you please do that for me? And always know that I'm here to answer questions about your house, but especially with people who need help in real estate. I'm always here to help.
Okay.
I
I got to get back to Google. So, yeesh. Thanks.
hang in there, Denise. It has value. It's where people search. Hey, Ken.
Yes, I have a question. For listing, seller listing, is it better to negotiate up from the average, or you rather have the price stay higher and then negotiate down? What is your opinion?
Let me ask you this, Ken. How do grocery stores do it?
Hmm. Grocery store? Oh,
Mhm.
they start lower, I believe. And then when the supply become less and less, they will increase the price.
Certainly in supply and demand situations. And when that's the case in real estate, you see that in the market, right? Like the number of units this month versus last month. So if we see that last month there were 5 homes like yours for sale, and this month there are 7 homes like yours for sale, is that the same as what you're thinking, or is that different?
Okay, okay.
So if supply is going up, what usually happens to the older items, like last year's model? If you think of auto dealerships, like the cars that were built in 2023, even if they've got less than 100 miles on it, are they more valuable than the ones that were built in 2024?
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
So
They
my
cost more.
concern,
Okay. Sorry.
yeah, my concern, Ken, is if we outpace the market, that those conversations won't be about the value they see in your house. They'll be comparing it and saying, it's older, it's longer on the market, something might be wrong with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Okay.
So the $1 million question I have for you, Mr. Seller, Ken,
Mhm.
how fast do you need to get this home sold? And what would that mean to you?
What is
If you
that?
sold it in 6 months, what does that mean? And if you sold it in 30 days, what does that mean? share with me what you're thinking so that I can give you some good advice.
Okay. Very good. Good. Very good answer. Thank you.
Thanks. If there was one person I thought would be in Vegas, I can't believe they're not in Vegas. Go ahead. Amy or Ami? Amy?
Yeah, it's Amy.
Amy.
I'm a new agent and it's been a week and I'm thinking, how do I connect with people?
Just bite them. No, don't bite them. So, no. So find people that have a common interest will talk to you longer than 10 seconds on the phone. Like if you, the script I put in the chat is a new agent script. So if you have like the last 10 people that called you on your phone, if you go back to your recents, those people will at least answer, won't they? Because you talked to them recently.
Yeah.
And do they know you're a realtor?
Yes, I at least contacted 10 people in a week so far.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's your goal this week? How many people do you want to talk to this week?
For I think I have goal to contact at least 30 to 40 people this week.
Okay.
I'm just wondering, like, I feel like I don't have that many contacts.
Okay.
So what would be the best thing to do so I can connect with more people?
When never mind. I'll let George say it because he's smart. Go, George.
There's meetups in your area. Go to Google, look up meetup, and just go find out whatever floats your boat. Even if it doesn't, and you have any interest into it, go to all the networking events. You go to a network event every night this week and come up with 100 people.
Right. Thank you. I had one more follow-up question. As a new agent, is it a good idea to join a team?
It can be. It can be if you like their system. If you
Mhm.
join any of the Brivity teams, they're going to ask you to come in with 200 names. So their first mission before they onboard you will be to help you to get 200 names.
Okay.
And so you've got to figure out that strategy. And then the other benefit of the team is that they'll have open houses already,
Mhm.
signs, lock boxes, so some of the expenses are lower. But when you sell a home with a team, do you know what you don't get all of?
Commission.
No, there's a trade-off for it all. You just your personality style, look at yourself, reflect, and say, do I feel better with an intimate leader who's interested in my success, who's willing to sort of lead me along the journey? And I don't mind paying them 50 or 60% of my transaction fees, my commissions, because I'm getting value from them.
Yeah.
And
Thank
so
you.
that's one thing. And the other thing, if you need to just meet people in real estate, go to do open houses. That's where real estate conversations begin. And you're mixing with buyers. I went by one in my neighborhood this week because I hadn't seen the inside of the house yet, and it was a realtor who was doing it, not the listing agent. Wasn't even her brokerage. It was a different broker. So they allowed that to happen there, and it was like the fifth open house that she had, and she got one buyer. So, it's a $700,000 house, one buyer. That's not a bad conversation to have. And if you do that, 5 or 6 times a month, you'll have 5 or 6 potential buyers that you can negotiate with about how to be their agent.
That's a great advice. Thank you so much.
Erica is here. Erica.
Hi, good morning. So I actually just was also wanting to give a little bit of more response to Nina was the one who asked that question, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So and I loved all the answers that were given so far. It actually made me think about things I didn't think of as well. Nina, if you could also, you're definitely, graduated from high school. I don't know if you went to college, wherever you went, maybe you have Facebook friends. Leah McCann, she's a very successful team leader in Florida, had one of her agents sit down and basically make a list of folks that have inspired her, have motivated her, have encouraged her, have supported her. And then that agent, it became a practice that they were developing where they'd sit quietly every day. And who have they been in contact with in their lifetime that has done any of these things? Maybe you don't have their phone number, maybe you have their email, maybe you're connected with them on Facebook, maybe it's a business owner that you got your nails done and they made you feel good after like a bad day. And that's a great way to just get quiet and think of who you might be able to connect with and then find them. And then start by acknowledging them. Then using the Ford conversation. You never know who's gonna, from the Ford conversation, family, occupation, recreation, dreams, that might be like, wow, thanks for calling, based on what we just heard on the call earlier today. And lastly, walk around to businesses. You know, you have a great voice. It's very calming. If you walk around to businesses and you just let the businesses know you're new in the business, like wanted to just introduce yourself, but use the statistics from your office and say, I work with a team that does something, because your office statistics are essentially, you're part of those statistics, and then ask for help from your office so that you can support whatever needs they have in the community.
Very good. Denise, that was for you as well. And Amy, that was for you. So there we go. All right, back on the other side. They're coming in for a landing here in 9 seconds. We'll close out the show here at the top of the hour. You can give compliments to people who helped you out, sort of unpack some things, even if you didn't speak. Sometimes just listening helps us unravel some of the challenges we feel. So the mission today is to go out and make some contacts after this, build your database, offer some value to people, and ask for their help. Randomly calling people, you'll find some, it was just coincidental that you called because last night they were talking about real estate, but 9 out of 10 of them aren't. But because you call and you introduce, hey, warmth, compassion, connection, then all of a sudden the next step for them is to say, oh, that's right, you can help me. And that's our mission each and every day, is to build some relationships with people and see how we can move forward. All right, 3, 2, 1. We've got some golden bumper sticker nuggets for anybody. I appreciate everybody contributing to help our friends when they are in some of the challenging life events that we encounter. So bless you all for being part of this thing. And Keith, we're thinking about you. And come back tomorrow. Any golden bumper sticker nuggets other than Chris? No one went out. George Freelove, thank you for being a contributor today. Love that, George. George threw out some meetups from Google. That's probably how you're getting all these friend requests I was talking about.
The golden nugget is you can encounter people with low energy, and how do you navigate that?
And thank you for that challenge. That was good from you. That was really sneaky. I like that. I'm gonna have to get you on one of these days. Pull that on Ruth Mahasi.
Hey,
right,
Chris, I just want to thank Gloria and Vicky. This is the first time that I feel so comfortable talking that scripts about new agents, and it felt good.